say, let me have to focus on something. I have the party. How rapid it flies. We welcome another joy as we can. Happy birthday, my Regie. Happy birthday, my Regie. Happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Happy birthday to
my Regie.
Yeah. I love you, my Regie.
What's that?
how much Virgo love you? 36.
Oh, okay.
80. More.
Okay.
81.
82.
More.
83.
More.
84.
More.
85. 86. 87. 88.
Her discipline with me and the love she had for me. I remember.
Make you the person who you are today. Well, what I love about my mom is because she took care of me when I was a little girl. No matter what happened in her life, she never gave up her children or she never neglected her children. She always took good care of us and she taught us right from wrong, and her discipline and her love making the person who I am today.
What I appreciate about Mama is that after being over 50 years with my father, she has taught me the discipline of always being in the lives of my children. That's one of the things that I have loved. So that's why it's important for me to put family first, you know.
And every time I have a difficult time in my adult life forgiving somebody, I think about my mother. As a matter of fact, last week I think Maggie and I were talking about forgiveness. We were just discussing it, and I told her that my mother was the most forgiving person that I ever knew in my life. And I remember telling my mom when I was a little girl, why do you always do nice things for these people? You know, some of these people were mean and used to talk about my mother having a lot of children. And I used to say, why do you always nice to those people? As the youngest one, she used to always send me to take food to the neighbors, and I used to have to walk and I didn't used to want to do it. So I used to say, but why do you have to be so nice to those people? They don't even like you. And she said to me, my child, I'm not doing it because for me. I'm doing it for y'all. So that God cast your bread upon water, and in many days you will find it. So that I may not get the blessing, but my children will get the blessing.
Well, when I think of my mother, we talk about forgiveness, but I'll talk about a given person. I know that when, as growing up as a child, that whatever my mom had, she always shared it with the neighbors. She would cook a big pot of food, and people in the neighborhood that she knew that was not capable of feeding themselves or having something to eat for their children.
That's why I always used to have less breakfast.
she would always, you know, share.
Less breakfast, always share it.
So that is one of the things that, you know, that I've really picked up from my mom and appreciate that from her, because she's a person that's very giving and have taught me how to be open and be given to those I know that are less fortunate than I am.
Amen.
What I want to say is some of the things that I've learned, but one thing I want to point out, which to me is significant, is for a lady that didn't go to school, or when I say didn't go to school, she went to the school, I mean in primary school and so, but that level, her ability to be able to understand people, and what she taught me in terms of approach and adjusting and dealing with people, I think have served me well in this country. Another thing that I never really understood, I remember as a little boy, sometimes I used to be ashamed to go down to the grocery shop, because my mother would always send me with a list of things to buy and no money. Right? And yeah, no money, not a damn cent. And then I see everybody paying, and so I stand behind the line. I wait for everybody to leave, and I would give the list to the woman and say, "Look, my mother said to send those things for her. She'll pay you later." And there was no problem. They would just give her everything she wanted. And then I said, "Mommy, how comes, them people not giving credit and they're always giving you credit?" She said, "The technique is you always pay your debt." And I'm telling you, I learned this thing in this country, that if you develop good credit, you could achieve almost anything you want in terms of financial, if you just develop good credit. And that's a technique that she taught me from a little boy that I remember.
So grandma started the first credit card.
Yeah. She taught me how to get my credit.
So Mr. Laurent, I'm calling for my $1,000 now. List of everybody. That $1,000 a whole year you have for me. When you going to get it?
The problem is,
I get my 20. Good luck with the 1,000.
Okay, guys. Ready.
Because he first loved me, and this is the reason we all have to. Whoa.
Yea, though I walk through the valley of the shadow of death, I will fear no evil. For thou art with me, thy rod and thy staff, they comfort me. Thou preparest a table before me in the presence of my enemies. Thou anointest my head with oil, my cup runneth over. Surely goodness and mercy shall follow me all the days of my life, and I will dwell in the house of the Lord forever.
Amen. All right.
89 years old, you're still looking good, girl.
Very good.